Christmas takes more than 3 days because there's 7 Christmas trees, so it gets to be a big deal.
You guys have 7 Christmas trees in this house?
Yes. Who I am is Butch Milbrandt. What I do for a living is grow grapes, oversee the winery. The cooking part is a release. Be able to prepare a dish and people enjoy it. My second passion is aviation. My third passion is motorcycles.
Have you checked the oven? I can smell
I
your
do need to.
pavlova.
I need to check that. Excuse me. The reason I like poached pears is it looks very elegant. You know, you have a half a pear, or the way I'm going to present it today is going to be a whole pear standing on a plate. You can do it the day before if you want, or 2 days before. At least you need to do it in the morning, put it in the fridge and let it chill. For the last minute thing, you just have to plate it with some whipped cream and sauce it. It's done. First thing I need to do is get some wine simmering away here. So we'll just pour a bottle of Milbrandt Traditions Merlot into this saucepan and get it heated up so we can get these pears going. The whole trick to it is a little cinnamon stick and about 1.5 cups of sugar. Leave that on some heat and we'll prep a couple pears and we're just going to core this pear. This is always tricky to make sure you're lined up with everything, so you go right up towards the stem and not get to the stem, and then stick a knife in the bottom end here and twist it, and it should pull the core out. Core it, flatten the bottom so it'll stand up, so you'll present it this way on the plate. So next step is to peel it. So you need to remove this little piece at the top, and to just peel it with a vegetable peeler. Cored, so all the seeds and everything is gone, and you got a nice little stem, so it'll be decorative. What we can do is just, we'll rotate these pears as they simmer and make sure they all get the same color on them all over. See how they're turning color as we let them simmer? So we want to make sure we turn them occasionally and get that color all over the pear, the same color. I think these pears have gotten nice and tender. We're going to get them out of here and put them in this bowl where we can drain them, get them ready to serve a little later. They need to chill for maybe, a couple of 3 hours. They're nice and cool. We'll stand them up so that so they won't bruise or get a flat spot. They will actually get a flat spot on one side if you lay them down. Got the pears in the bowl, it's ready for the fridge. I'll just set it over here out of the way and let it cool down a little bit before I put it in the refrigerator. And then we'll come back to it later and plate it, and you'll see how beautiful it is. The wines we've selected for this dish is the Mosaic red wine, Waldwick Slope. It's typically a Rhone blend. This one is 75% Grenache and 25% Syrah. So softer, longer tasting wine. And then we also have the Estates 2011 Cabernet Sauvignon, which I think for a big red wine drinker, the pears could stand up to that because it has this entire bottle of 2011 Merlot reduced down to about 1 cup of sauce. So the whole dessert's gonna be, pretty unctuous, and it could use that cab as well. So I think you enjoy both those wines for that dish. In probably another 20 minutes, we'll have that reduced down to a nice maple syrup consistency. The pan is bubbling, simmering right at the bottom of the pan where the wine is. And then when it starts to thicken, the bubbles come clear to the top, and now they're starting to die down again. So you know it's getting fairly thick. So one of the tests for checking to see that it's getting to thickness is to look at the back of the spoon. And if it's clinging to the spoon and you can make a track in it like that, then you know that it's coming close to the thickness you need to make a nice sauce that you can pour over something. So a couple more minutes like that, and it's gonna be pretty good. There you are, an entire bottle of wine and 1.5 cups of sugar reduced to about 3/4 cup of sauce.
Because we plate here in the kitchen and then we serve everything that way instead of doing it family style, it's nice to have a charger there because you define your place, you define the setting for each individual person. We usually have another table set up for the different wines, and when we have a lot of these groups, you've got all these different wines you're tasting, so I have to have little dump buckets around so you have a little more space to work with.
She likes to decorate, you can see by her home. So that just ties right into the food and the entertaining and the wine. There's a seasonal change out. Every time there's a seasonal change, although Christmas takes more than 3 days because there's 7 Christmas trees, so it gets to be a big deal.
You guys have 7 Christmas trees in this house?
Yes. I mean, they're pretty wild looking.
That's my safari tree. I am a fan of black. I like to decorate with a lot of black. Then he thinks I have a Whoville Grinch tree too, so.
I had no idea what half that stuff is, and there's a white one in the dining room, and there's one in the office with airplanes in it, and there's one in the bedroom that's just purple. Maybe that's a passion thing, I don't know.
And so, how long have you been married?
10. Happy years.
I always tell him every day how lucky he is to have me, but some days he's not so sure, you know.